Have you seen the yellow sign? You will recall in my previous survey the tale of Strange Carcosa, an unnerving mixture of decadent ghost story and quasi-science fiction. My next survey is the story that develops that legend further, but this is not a ghostly tale. It is a story of madness and the quintessential, untrustworthy narrator. It is the future, the year 1920 to be exact, and that bastion of the free world, the United States of America, has cemented its position of leadership by ensuring that the other great powers are brought to heel. Domestically, an enlightened policy of establishing suicide booths enables even those in dire straits to be helped. How civilised. And for those who have reputations which are in need of repair, there are the services of Mr. Wilde, a man with ferocious cats, secret knowledge, and fake ears. The strange story is the account of Hildred Castaigne, and if we are to take his narrative at face value, he intends to become emperor, despite his lineage being not of this realm. The Repair of Reputations is the first of the King in Yellow stories, a series of tales in one book tied loosely by a mysterious play of the same title. And as the stories progress, we learn that this play has been banned in many places, for its effect is to drive people mad. In this, the first story of this collection, Chambers plays with a narrative voice so deranged that we are left forever doubting anything Hildred says. He seems to find the clashing of metal on metal as sweet as beautiful music, and has a gothic obsession with lineage and aristocracy, an obsession that leads to murder. The tale is a rich mixture of creative ideas. Set in the future, it's part science fiction, part gothic romance, and crazed from start to finish. The insanity of the protagonist is palpable throughout. But what is the cause? Furthermore, we are constantly challenged by our narrator's descriptions of the supporting characters to ask what is really the case. The story asks as many questions as it answers. The Repair of Reputations has a fidgety and nervous humour that leaves one unsure of what they've read. The motif of a narrator so insane that one cannot be sure what to believe would be regularly used by Lovecraft in tales such as Dagon, or even his most famous weird tale, The Call of Cthulhu. Unfortunately, Chambers quickly moved away from weird fiction to more mundane tales of romance. Even when Chambers attempted the strange later in his writing career, he would never again create anything quite as groundbreaking and genre-blending as The Repair of Reputations. The tale is obviously influenced by the decadent writers of the time. Published in 1895, a year after the first publication of the British quarterly that would become known as the Yellow Book, it not only sets the tone for what would become the weird tale, but serves as a satire of the attitude towards the art movements of the day and the suspicion that they would corrupt. We can find similarities between this and Lovecraft's use of cubism and modern art to describe the weirdness of the underwater city relay. Chambers, who had spent time in Paris, makes some satirical references in the story to leading proponents of the decadent movement, whose main publishing platform was this Yellow Book, featuring artists and writers like Aubrey Beardsley, who illustrated some of Edgar Allan Poe's stories, and Oscar Wilde, a joke perhaps that he should serve as a namesake for the Repair of Reputations. A blending of genres, untrustworthy narrators driven mad, strange tomes of secrets, and monsters that lurk in the shadows of everyday life are ideas that would come to fill the writings of Lovecraft and Clark Ashton Smith. If you enjoy this tale, then you'll enjoy exploring the rest of the stories in the volume and trying to establish just what the King in Yellow is. A person, a play, an alien, a god, or just simply the book you have in your hands. So have you seen the other side? I hope these words encourage you to read the story. It's an important example of what would become the modern weird tale, and I hope you'll join me again as I continue my strange survey of weird literature.